Hello and welcome to Richmond, Virginia, site to race number 26 of the NRSL Reebok Truck Series, season number 3. Today we decide the 16 drivers that will fight it out for the chase title, and it's kind of interesting the scenarios we got, but we'll go through that later. Meanwhile, here's the starting grid. Zachary Fitzwater in the number 48 Polar Bear 150 Chevy Silverado will start on the pole. You see there on the little banner, now says Reebok. Like, thanks Seth Cole for adding that little detail to the series. Chris Washer will start alongside in the Come On Wine number 0. Row 2 sees Jeff James and Stephen Paul III in this TireMonkey.com Chevrolet. Row 3, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi and Dylan Thoreau, one of the drivers, trying to fight his way into the chase. Jonathan Zorline, Jay Stella in row number 4. Jay Stella comes in this race knowing he will be one of the 16. And Tom Shelley and James Shelley, the Richmond native, will make up row number 5. Here's the rest of your starting grid as I go through the chase grid the chase scenarios and how the chase grid looks right now coming into play today. Max Newworth has clinched a chase spot. He has 4 wins this season and is currently the top seed. Seth Cole has 3 wins, has not locked his way in yet, but can do so today by just having one driver fall out of the race, so he is a fairly safe bet to make it in.
Drivers, start your engines.
See the rest of the starting grid as the command has been given. Final row is Binky Louvier and Alex Perkle. The next 2 drivers on the grid, 2-time winners this season, William Duncan and Paul Swanson, both have clinched their way into the chase. And then also a 2-time winner, John Irvin, not locked in yet, needs to finish 6th or better to clinch his way into the chase or just not fall out of the top 30. The list of 1-time winners this season that have clinched their way in: Steve Pollard, James Shelley, Alex Perkle, Preston Plord, Jessica Shelton, Jay Stella, and Sam Young. Currently in the chase, Charles Jackson, Mason Powers, Kato Nakagawa, Jackson and Powers 22nd and 12th respectively. And as the field gets the green flag, Eric Powers comes in as the points leader, meaning he is in the chase right now, courtesy of that. As the green flag is out, 2 other drivers that can get into the chase on points by being the points leader after this race: Dylan Thoreau, who is 9 points back, and Amanda Shelley, 11 back. As they're going to be 3 wide coming down the back straightaway here between Chris Wash, Stephen Paul III, and that's going to be Jonathan Zorline on the inside there. Field kind of gets it going, or keeps it straight, I guess. Kazuyoshi got a little loose. Look at the back of the field, and we've completed a green flag lap here from Richmond. There's John Irvin. Found himself starting in the back today. Oh, Zorline into the wall, and Jessica Shelton's around. And Nakagawa's in it. And around goes Amanda Shelley, and that will possibly be it for her chase bid. And Mason Powers in the 3 as well. One of the drivers trying to make it in. And it appears as though they might have wrecked coming back. Tim Greenwich has damage. The big blow there is Nakagawa, 15th on the chase grid coming in. And this just might have opened the door for 3 drivers I wasn't even going to mention as having a shot, being Greg Jones, Matt Dixon, and Zach Carello. Let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the caution for the first time today. And we're back. They were 3 wide coming off turn number 2, and it appears as though, yes it is, Tom Shelley is going to hook the 98. Oh, and something happened back there with the 9. So this is 2 separate wrecks. There's James Shelley sliding to the inside, as well as Max Newworth going down there. But we'll look at the Zorline part of this. Kyle Collins hits him up into the wall, and you see there the black smoke of death, indicating that Jonathan Zorline's day might be over, which would spill an end to his chase hopes. He was pretty much going to have to win, though, to be able to do that. Let's take a look at what happened further back. And I saw a red truck go sideways. So I'm going to say it's probably Dylan Thoreau. And it was... Now, was it James Shelley in the 4? Yes, it was. He's going to turn the 11 down into the 9. Nothing Jessica Shelton could have done there. Just gets collected. Shelley gets turned by Neuwirth when he comes down the track. And try and get to the 9 here, because there's just chaos back here. First time recording a race in a month. A little disorganized here. We'll get back into the swing of things. But yeah, you see Shelton just gets turned by none of her own doing here. And as she's trying to save it, just going to come back up the track. Just trying to save it. Nothing she can do here at all. Kato Nakagawa gets into it, and we'll have to see if that's going to be the end of her day. John Irvin also got involved, as well as the 77, and Alan Cavagnaro in the 2. What happened to Powers? Oh, he just got plowed into by Binky Louvier. Yep. That's what happened there. Now, there was something that happened on the front straightaway here. Not quite sure what happened. I didn't get a good look at it there either. Oh, Max Neuwirth found himself on the apron of death, pretty much. So as is very typical with Richmond, driver's on the apron. He's going to spin here coming up off turn 4. Matt Dixon. Oh, Jake Bassinger nowhere to go. Tim Greenwich, that's where he gets his damage. Trevor Germain runs into this as well. Hard to tell if Dylan Young got any damage either. And a lot of drivers having to miss this. So with that, we'll take you back to the restart. We are back just in time for the restart, and you see the list of retirees there on the left side of your screen. Jake Bassinger, Binky Louvier, Jonathan Zorline, and the big name there, Kato Nakagawa, out of this race. The door wide open for spot number 15 in the chase. Green flag's out. Zachary Fitzwater leads us back, and quick to make a move is Preston Plord. Already has the win, already locked into the chase, but he wants to have a good run here. Gonna try and clear. Yes, he will clear Tom Shelley going down turn number 3. Gonna make the move inside Jeff James now. Fitzwater can't make the chase. He's one of the about 5 drivers in here that can't. Greenwich with no nose. We're taking a look at the back just to see who's out the pace. Mason Powers, this is not what he needed either. And yeah, that's gonna spell an end to Amanda Shelley's run. She was one of the onboard carriers today, but we just didn't have the time to be able to try and mention who they were. This could be trouble right here. They settle it out. Matt Dixon might be able to take advantage of this if he can. Eric Powers, the points leader coming into today, 20th right now on the racetrack. I thought someone might have been really low there. I don't know. I thought maybe because skid marks, but those are old skid marks. Thing is, though, here's Dylan Thoreau. He's in 16th. And right now, as they run, Dylan Thoreau would be the points leader, I believe. Actually, it might be someone with a win. I don't know. I didn't take a good look at the points. It went back up to the front here now. Jeff James has been shoved out of line. Stephen Paul to 3rd. No wins yet this season. Now up to 2nd. As Tom Shelley will make the move for 3rd. Completes the pass. Well, no, he's not completed it yet. Side by side down the back straightaway. Shelley should be able to clear him here through turn number 3. Caution flag is out once again. Dylan Thoreau! Dylan Thoreau has gone around in the number 11. And did they spin again? That's the question. The only thing I don't like about this track is storing through the camera angles. Oh, well, it looks like they settled it out. So let's take a look at what happened to the Good Sam number 11 to bring out the caution again. And we're back, and the way this race is going, Dylan Thoreau's going to need some Good Sam insurance by the end of this one. Mason Neal going to be the one to clip him here, and Kyle Matthews going to be collected in this just as an innocent bystander. That's where the damage came for the left side of the 11. And you see Eric Powers scurry his way through. Good news for Thoreau, he didn't hit anything else other than the side of Kyle Matthews' truck. But that is some significant damage to the right side of the number 11. Let's take an onboard with the 62, just see what he saw going through this real quick. And we are back. No new retirees, but an update on what the grid looks like or could look like. Right now, Eric Powers is the points leader as they run. William Duncan came into this race 55 back, Max Newworth 57 back, and Steve Pollard 81 back, the three realistic ones. Right now, Duncan would be the closest to actually overtaking him. About 21 points gained in this one. Be about 30 points, but either way. No new retirees. Top 10, Zachary Fitzwater, Stephen Pollard III, Tom Shelley, Preston Plord. That is Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Kyle Collins, Jeff James, Paul Swanson, Henry Powers, and Greg Jones. Top 10. We're back to racing. Tom Shelley making quick moves here on the restart. 1 second away from the 72. Shelley, one of those that could still make the chase. Just has to win. He's already higher in points than the 7 of Nakagawa. Going to have the push from Plord here down into 3. Can he clear the 72 is going to be the question. Not yet clear down the front straightaway, but we have a new second place truck, the 97 of Tom Shelley. And now Plord going to try and make that move for second maybe. No, Shelley gets the run off the corner and will clear and make the move in front of the 88. Now Plord though does clear for third, and Kyle Collins going to try and make the move for fourth now. Steve Pollard has run the fastest lap so far in the race. Not that it matters, but hey, something to throw out there. Kyle Collins now trying to make the move for third. Look, Shelton has made a pit stop. And Dylan Thoreau still back here, but not able to really make any progress. So, battle for third now. Kyle Collins, Paul Swanson, the Geico Toyota trying to make a move. Swanson already in the chase, but hey, what's another win if he can't get it? That would, any win these guys can get will help them. Meanwhile, Tom Shelley has caught the 48 of Zachary Fitzwater. Now, catching him's one thing. Will he be able to make the move on the 48 is the question. As Stephen Pollard III caught on the outside, falling backwards even more. Almost out of the top 10 now. Fitzwater got a little loose, it looks like, or tight, one or the other. Shelley couldn't quite get to the inside of him, though, as they went into turn number 3. But through turn 3 and 4, he'll make the move. A power move by the number 97. Drag race to the line. Barely won by the 48 as they go off into turn number 1. New leader at Richmond, Tom Shelley. What it could be if a Shelley could win at Richmond. Zachary Fitzwater now falls back in line to second. Going to try and look and analyze where he can maybe make the move back on the 97. As Pollard now has fallen out of the top 10. Peaking is Fitzwater going down the back straightaway. But not able to get the run off the corner. And the line that he took going through there is going to help Kyle Collins. But Paul Swanson makes the move on the 45. So battle for third now. Swanson trying to get the run up off the corner, not able to do so as the 45 pulls back even. And Swanson now will clear for the third spot as they go down into turn number 1. Lovely view of the pace car. Steve Pollard now up into 5th. Matt Dixon, Jeff James, Stephen Pollard III, Preston Plord right now in the top 10 with Alex Perkle trying to make the move for the 10th spot now. And it looks like Fitzwater just doesn't have the ability to get back to the rear bumper now. The 97 is kind of falling off of it as they go down to turn number 3. Paul Swanson now to the rear bumper of the Polar Track 150 Chevy. Give a shout out to the 48 team though. It's been a tough season for them. Replaced their driver around the mid-season point. Fitzwater stepping up though, coming to the call and has run fairly decent. Gotten them a top 10 though. Not been as decent as the other sub driver, but oh well. New second place driver though is Paul Swanson, the Geico Toyota for Germain Racing now to the second spot. Will he have anything for Tom Shelley here? As there will be 10 laps to go, this time by Matt Dixon into the top 5. I wouldn't rule it out for him being able to make the chase. He was about 106 points back from Kato Nakagawa coming in. If he could win this, he might have a shot. The good wrench, number 29, trying to make moves towards the front of the field. Up to 4th, Pollard now to 5th in the 25 Hillman Racing Chevy. Meanwhile, Swanson just saying, no, I'm just going to play spoiler here. I want to get another win and enhance my ability to try and advance to Homestead. Matt Dixon now peaking for 3rd. Not able to get there. Meanwhile, battle for the top spot. Here comes Paul Swanson, the Canadian. Not quite leading at Richmond yet as they cross the line, but he'll lead down into 1. And Dixon makes the move on Fitzwater. New leader at Richmond is Paul Swanson. And you could hear the crowd kind of booing that a little bit. They wanted to see the hometown guy get it. Dixon now here with the battle for 3rd as they go into turn number 1. Can Shelley catch up to the 03 again? That is the question. Dixon's going to have 3rd though when they get to turn number 3 here. We won't see it on our camera angle here. But there you go, clearing him off turn number 4. New 3rd place truck, Matt Dixon. One of the fastest trucks on the track. He ran the 2nd fastest lap of the race so far. A little bit too high there to get a decent run, but Fitzwater wasn't able to take an advantage yet. Bow towards the back of this, I saw. Oh, Fitzwater's going to get turned by Steve Pollard! Caution flies and... wow! Stephen Pollard III's day is done. And with 5 to go, that might have been the race, although then again, we would have the green-white checkered available. And Alan Cavagnaro blew up. Damage to the front end of the 2. And Paul Swanson leads with 4 to go at Richmond. Okay, we're going to have to take a look back at this. We may be going to a green-white checkered here from Richmond. Alright, so we're going to start with what happened here. Oh, there it is. Cavagnaro just blew up. Literally just blew up. Okay, wow. And so maybe that's what happened. Well, I was going to say maybe there's oil, but then again, actually, Cavagnaro on that second line, I don't see there being oil being the reason for what happened to bring out the caution, because we move ahead to where Steve Pollard is on the racetrack, and you see where they're running on the racetrack. They're below where the 2 was, and this spin just happened before. Steve Pollard just clips the 48, turns him around. Alex Perkle actually clipped the 33 as well. And Stephen Pollard III just hard into the 48. Then gets hit by the 42, and that's going to spell the end to the TireMonkey.com Chevrolet's day as well. As Zachary Fitzwater, tough break there. Crossed the line in 6th, but we'll have to see what happens here. With that, we'll take you back to see what we have, whether we'll have a shootout or a green-white checkered. And we're back just to show this. Lights are still on the pace, are still flashing on the pace truck, I should say, which with 2 to go means we would not get this back to racing under regulation. So we will have a green-white checkered upcoming, and drivers 33rd on back will not be participating. So that will be Kyle Matthews, Sky Commons. I didn't see what happened there. Jay Stella is out, as well as the 72 of Pollard. Cavagnaro, the camshaft blew up, and you see there Kato Nakagawa, Jonathan Zorline, Binky Louvier, and Jake Baskinger. Meaning we will have 32 drivers fighting it out for the win. And we'll see how this goes down. With that, I'll take the short commercial break, and we'll be back for the green-white checkered. We are set to get the green flag here for 2 laps left of racing between us and our 16-driver Chase Field. Swanson will lead us down with Tom Shelley on the front row. The hometown crowd here cheering for that 97. The green flag's back out, and we're underway once again. Matt Dixon going to quickly try and make it to second. Steve Pollard's going to be aggressive here again. Seth Cole almost got turned sideways in the back. Dixon aggressively blocks the 25. Poor line, though, here for turn number 3. And the white flag's going to be out for the Canadian. Paul Swanson leads at Richmond. Steve Pollard with 1 win on the season, trying to chase down the Geico Toyota as they go down the back straightaway. To turn number 3 they go for the final time. Not going to get close enough, and it's going to be the Canadian. Paul Swanson goes to victory lane at Richmond. As they were 3 abreast across the line. John Irvin with difficulties, 28th today. Eric Powers, 25th. Amanda Shelley, 22nd. That's going to be it for her. And you see William Duncan there, 19th. He's not going to take over the points lead. So, this much I do know. Seth Cole is in. And it appears as though, to the best of my ability through just guessing right now, Eric Powers has clinched a chase spot in the South Point Hotel and Casino 62. So, beyond that, I have no clue. We do know that it won't be a new winner because Swanson ends up going to victory lane. So with that, take a look at the finishing results, and you take a look at the bottom here with 28, 9th through 32nd. Mason Powers, a difficult run in 30th. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Powers was 21st in points coming in. He couldn't fall out of the top 30, but he could fall out of the chase, depending on what happened. I think he is safe. It'll click off and it'll, it'll freeze for a moment. Yeah, looking at, I can't really tell. I think Jackson is in because he finished 21st. He only had to finish 22nd or better. So I know Eric Powers, Jackson, Seth Cole all in. Beyond that, I have no clue, and you'll see it right after this. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.